Hey there guys, my name's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about motherhood and writerhoods in, how it sort of fits together. Sort of. It amazes me how many writer mums there are. Like, not in a bad way, in a really awe-inspiring way. I have 4 kids under the age of 7. What was I thinking? And the days that they aren't home, except for baby, are a blessing. But I know how hard it is to not only write, but also try to parent a child or multiple children at the same time. It's not an easy thing to do. Nowadays, when I say that I don't have time to write, it's because I don't have time to write. It's not my standard procrastinator response anymore. It's like the truth, and I don't know how to feel about that. My spare time is senselessly sitting on the sofa with a mug of tea, praying that it doesn't go cold, just waiting for the moment my eldest daughter comes up to me and asks me to dance with her again. Usually in the night garden, usually to Upsy Daisy's song. It's forever stuck in my head. Please help me. There's a quote that I'm going to read. 1 second. Writing a novel, actually picking the words and filling in paragraphs, is a tremendous pain in the arse. Now that TV's so good and the internet is an endless forest of distraction, it's damn near impossible. That should be taken account when ranking the all-time greats. Somebody like Charles Dickens, for example, who had nothing better to do except eat mutton and attend public hangings, should get very little credit. Now, that was a quote, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, by Steve Helley. And I laughed when I read that quote, and it is 100% true. It does hold some truth. Life in itself is a distraction. It's a wonder that writers get anything done at all. Writer mums, we have our priorities, our kids and our home, our paying jobs as well, if we have one. For me, writing usually falls, far to the back of the line when it's a kid-filled day. And it got me thinking, how do you find the time to write? How do you find the time to write when you've got 1,000,001 things to do every day? I'm going to tell you how. Number 1, always write. Not like 24/7, no one wants to do that. If your children are especially young, active or requiring that extra bit of attention, you're going to find it really difficult to sit down and actually do some writing. But writing is just the physical act of writing. There's so much more you can do to put towards your work in progress than just write it. Give your character a backstory while washing the dishes. Plot out that next scene while you're making lunch. Jot down that perfect sentence on a post-it note while you're wiping a snotty nose. Writers are constantly creating, so while you may not be physically writing, you are still working. Number 2, schedule it in. Creating writing habits, some say, is essential to ensuring that you write regularly. If your days are busy with playdates and chores and watching that 3rd hour of Peppa Pig in a row, then try setting aside a regular slot every day, whether it's early in the AM or late at night. This way you don't need to try and worry about fitting it in. Number 3, write when it hits you. Some writers swear by the whole scheduling thing, but for others it may not work. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to sit down and write, only to get constantly interrupted. If a set time per day doesn't work for you, then just worry about writing something down when inspiration hits. This way you can build bricks and base cards when your muse is out, and write when it comes back in. Just be sure to keep your phone or a notebook nearby, just in case you're busy when it happens. Number 4, write in short bursts. Let's be honest. Writing for an extended amount of time when there are 10 other things to do today is a little bit impossible. Writing for 10 to 15 minutes at a time, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes at a time, several times during the day, is a great way to get in a decent amount of writing when you've got a lot to do. Don't forget about nap time. Always write about nap time. Don't worry about the mess. Don't worry about the toys. Stick them down for a nap and write something. You can do it. Kids are stressful. Life is stressful. It is perfectly okay to put yourself first every once in a while. And I realise as an afterthought that this is sort of entitled for mums, but I guess it's sort of for anyone really who is a student or is at full-time work who can never find the time to write. You know, these tips will work for you as well. Hopefully. Give them a try. For all of you busy guys out there, let me know down in the comments below how you find the time to write, what works for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Good thoughts and happy writing.